Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's video. The first few clips are going to be some meals that I made recently that fall under $3 a meal. I know I made a video recently where I said $1.45 each person per plate, per day, every day of the month. And so this kind of goes in line with it. When I make up a big meal and that, it usually does end up being about $1.45, sometimes less depending on how far I stretch it, per plate. Serving for my husband and then for me. So I made spaghetti recently, an egg and cheese omelet with bacon, some lasagna, and then I had leftover lasagna, and some chicken tenders and home fries. So all four of those meals are regular meals that we eat all throughout the fall and winter, along with a lot of other meals, and I generally try to be as economical about those meals as possible. Moving into spring and summer, it's going to be heavy on farm produce. We're going to stop at farm stands, and we also have a local farmer that we buy produce from. So I'm going to try to bring it in at those prices, less $3 or less, even the $1.45 per person per day type of prices. For the first time in my husband and I's marriage, 30 years, we are debt-free, and we are finally able to put some money away in a savings account at a rate that's actually helpful versus just a little here and a little there. So we're very happy with that, and we want to keep that. We don't want to go into debt. I'm done with my student loans and that, and we're looking forward to buying a house in the next couple, 3-4 years when interest rates goes down. So we really need to be as economical with our grocery shopping and what I bring home and how I serve it and that. And we don't go to bed hungry. If we need something extra, if we are hungry during a meal, we just double up on vegetables. My husband loves vegetables, and he's one to sometimes eat 2 or 3 per meal. So I also have a Aldi haul in there where I stopped at Aldi and bought a few things and got a basket of petunias for Mother's Day for my husband. And then I went to a local thrift and Goodwill and bought some items for a friend who collects cottagecore or granny type doilies and lace. And then I bought some items for resale. So I hope you're all doing well. If you like videos like this, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you all again here next week. Okay, and this week I had just a quick stop at my local thrift. One of the things that I thrifted were items that I've been asked by friends and co-workers if I ever see anything in the thrift shops and that, similar to what they're requesting in that, to go ahead and pick it up. And I do this without charging them anything, obviously, except for the price of the item. If I nailed it, if it was exactly what they were looking for. Otherwise, I am a big collector, or was at one time a collector of linens. I have a armoire that's filled with linens, and I bring them out on occasion. I bring them out on special dinners or birthdays or anniversaries and stuff like that, but obviously they all don't make it out, and certainly not all at one time. I would love to have it that way where I entertain and could show them all, but as the years have gone on, I've sold bits and pieces here and there, and obviously in the end, it'll be part of my husband's and I estate. I don't know how much it'll be worth. It's not that big of a thing. It's an armoire with linens in it. But it took a lot of time. It took 20 years. And there's some really nice keepsakes in there. And we don't have any children to leave them to. So if I don't just turn around and just donate them back to a place that can benefit or profit from it, I will definitely look into benefiting maybe a local seamstress or a local tailor or somebody that's just, advertise somebody that just likes and collects and wants to have some beautiful linen. So most of the time, the things that I pick up for friends and coworkers, that's exactly what they were looking for, similar to it. So one of the items that I came upon was this beautiful blanket. It's really heavy weight. It's almost like just a coverlet, something that you would just put on your bed. Just, I think it would cover, I haven't measured it yet, but I think it would cover a queen bed. So it would be kind of like a decorative piece. There's a couple of little, maybe dime-sized stains on it. It's not a big deal. They'll come out. I usually launder the item before I give it to whoever was requesting it. So I will definitely, I usually can get everything out. Normally it's not a big deal. So this is very nice. It has a couple of pulls in it. I will try to see if I can repair those. But they were looking for a heavy white quilt or heavy white blanket or something like that just for a daybed. I think this will work. They weren't really descriptive about exactly what they wanted, but it's heavy, so it's quality. It's in great condition. I know that it's an older piece, and I got it for $1.99. So, yeah. If they decide they don't want it, I definitely know, people that could use a nice blanket and stuff like that. So I would just go ahead and give it to them. So, because I don't, necessarily have a repurpose for this in our home or my armoire. I found this lace for a friend. They were looking for a square piece of lace. They didn't care what the quality of lace was. I thought this was very pretty. It's a quality piece, maybe not the highest quality, but there's a lot lesser quality lace out there. Very pretty. No wear, tears, or anything like that. I also got that for $1.99. This is always found back in like the pillowcases. You don't really ever need to buy towels or washcloths or placemats. I mean, our Goodwill is just loaded, and these things still have the tags on them, so people haven't used. Even if they had a good wash, would certainly take out any issues. But there's new washcloth sets and towel sets, and you name it. I told my husband, we are never really going to need to go get another dishcloth or something like that. Pay $6 or $7 for one when they're right here for 99 cents. So, or $1.99 or a quarter or whatever when it's half off day. So then I found this. They wanted a dresser scarf. They have end tables. I didn't know if I should get it square. I decided to get it round. They're quite sizable end tables. They got large lamps on it. This is, I believe, hand crocheted. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And it's very soft. Very, very soft. So I think that they're going to like that. Right now, the cottage style, the things that were in when I know I was growing up, I grew up in a household full of doilies. And my grandmother also had a house full of doilies. I think there wasn't a house in our extended family that didn't have doilies and dresser scarves and stuff like that. It was just a thing of their era. I think it maybe started in the 50s. And, of course, for my mother being English, she had it everywhere. She had it on our beds, on the headboards, the backs of chairs, the arms of chairs, dresser scarves on everything, on nightstands, tables, beautiful lace tablecloths, beautiful lace curtains. And then my husband's mother, my husband grew up in the same type of a house. His family are Dutch, so they had beautiful Belgian lace curtains in every window, and so we're really used to that, and we have a lot of that ourselves. But now all of a sudden it's in. So cottagecore or granny or whatever it is making a comeback, and that's wonderful because people can are able to see the way things, are very decorative and very kind of, I think, cottagey, farmhousey, English style, whatever. I think everyone in every country in the world had doilies on something, so at one time. And I really like seeing that come back. It just kind of dresses up furniture. It'll cover stains. It keeps things clean. It just really looks good. And I have that all over all over this apartment, and I've had it all over every home we've ever lived in. So it's just something I'm used to and my husband's used to. So this is another round one. Of course, it doesn't match the other one. This I don't think is crocheted, personally crocheted by somebody. I think this is machine done, just based on the feel of it. And some of the little flowers here just feel like it's machined. But you never know. It's also in wonderful condition. It's cream colored. It's circular. It would look good in the middle of a table and put a flower centerpiece on top of it. Yeah. So each one of these pieces were $1.99. They go to two different ladies that have requested them. They like them or they don't like them, but either way, if they decide they don't want these round ones, I would take them back and make use of them in our home. And then if they decide they don't want this square one or the blanket, I definitely can find somebody to just give that to. So it was nice finding those things. So then, of course, I found some books. I like old cookbooks or old magazines, like from the 50s and 60s. This is a Reducer's Cookbook, Diet Cookbook, Simplified, for 99 cents. And in it, it's got some old-fashioned pot roast with mushrooms, pepper steak, kidney stew, stuffed cabbage rolls, even back as far as this goes, individual pizza pies. It says the servings, the calories. They use 4 English muffins. How to lose weight. Oh my goodness. And it comes from, it's a basic health publication from a place in New York City, and it was printed in 1961. Looks like a Dr. Hirschberg came up with some of the things that are mentioned in it, and so he's mentioned in the front of the book. And then it must have been from somebody's same collection, Dr. Tilden's Cookbook, also 99 cents, from Denver, Colorado. And this just goes through different canned vegetables and fruit, griddle cakes, cornmeal, tea kettle tea, how to pressure cook meat. Very interesting. What to eat in the summer. For breakfast, strawberries and cream. For lunch, apple cake and tea kettle tea. For dinner, baked fish with tomato, celery, peas, carrots and corn, and grapefruit salad. And then in the winter, you would have waffles with honey and oranges. Lunch would be a baked apple with raisins and milk, and dinner would be lamb chops, minted peas, spinach, and fruit salad. I wonder if he isn't an Englishman, because peas were a big staple growing up in our home. Big time. Peas were served with every other meal. And I love peas. I especially like tinned peas, though. I don't like frozen or fresh. And I got a couple of movies. I don't know, Elvis 5 movies. I did watch a couple of his movies when I was growing up. Of course, he was probably in his 30s or 40s by that time. But these are movies when he's young. GI Blues, Blue Hawaii, Girls, 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 Fun in Acapulco, and Roustabout. I like those beach movies and dance movies. This was at Goodwill. $1.99. Like I said, the books were 99 cents a piece. I don't know if anyone remembers in the 70s watching Airport with all these old actors. Some of the ones that we really loved. But there they are. Even Dean Martin. So this is a 4-pack. All disaster movies. And I thought this one looked kind of cute. Diane Cannon, Chris Christopherson, and Tony Curtis in Christmas in Connecticut. What a beautiful movie that must have been. And then the Waltons. I have this one and watched it and loved it. And this is brand new. Only one of them was used, that Christmas in Connecticut. Also $1.99 from Walmart. So that is my little haul. Didn't cost much. It took us about 15 minutes to find these treasures. I always like going thrifting. It's great for my mental health anyways. It just lifts my spirits. And of course it brings home things for friends that have asked for something, and it affords me to put something up at a very affordable price for people that might be looking for something that aren't able to go into a store. So, and that was always my big thing for eBay. I initially started because, there are a lot of people that can't travel to stores, don't have thrift stores, don't have places that have discount anything. So I just like to make enough money to pay for any little expense associated with it, and a lot of things especially movies and books, I basically give it away. So, but I'm always happy just to get a few in each little thrift haul and then put them up. So that is it for a thrift haul. The rest of it's just going to be my little Aldi haul. And I think that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, hit the like button. If you like more videos like this, I'm also going to be having a few videos where I price out each plate of food, so kind of get the idea that you can, have a good meal for, in some cases, $1.50 or less per serving. I'm going to have a few of those types of videos, so if you that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, notification bell if you want to know when I do put up new videos, but most of the time they're going to be on Tuesday evening, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Central, and 7:30 Eastern Time. Hope you're all well. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Okay, I have an Aldi haul. So I needed some eggs. So I stopped at Aldi and got a 12 large eggs for $2.05. Some carrots. I'm soon going to be making one of our last pots of chicken noodle soup. As we go into the spring, summer, we'll be eating a lot more vegetables and a little bit less soup. So the carrots were $1.49 for 2 pounds. We got this ranch dressing that my husband likes for $1.95. Some broccoli. Crowns, they were $1.16 a pound. And I got 1.55 pounds of them. So the total cost for the broccoli was $1.80. Cucumbers, they all look kind of crappy, and even this one looks kind of crappy. But I was hungry for a cucumber, 55 cents, which is pretty expensive. My husband buys those little Aldi candy bars. I see he's already put those away, but they're the dark chocolate candy bars. Those are $2.19 a piece, and he usually buys 3 of them every couple months. Got some Italian bread for supper tomorrow. It's nice and soft, take and bake, ready to bake and serve. We're going to have spaghetti, so I thought that sounded good, for $3.79. It's smoothie season again as my husband and I head into the hiking and biking season. So I got a strawberry banana blend, 3 pounds of that for, oh goodness, $5.99. The blueberries were $3.65 for 24 ounces or 680 grams. And this was 1.36 kilograms, and that was the $5.99. It says cherry and banana, but it's strawberry and banana blend. Got some white cheddar for grilled cheese sandwiches and soup for that night. We still have that, and we also have that all throughout the summer. Sometimes we add something else to the sandwich, or we make a panini or something like that. So the cheese was... I don't see it on here. Isn't that weird? Oh yeah, organic deli slice, $2.35 for this. This was $2.65 for homemade basil pesto, and this was $3.55 for the sensitive marinara. And then the classic coleslaw was $1.69. We buy some at Sam's. We've also bought some at Walmart. Now we're going to try Aldi and see if that is any better or worse. So that is my little Aldi haul. I also got 2 plants. I got a rose and a petunia, and I'll show that next. But this is the things that I needed right off the bat. Oh, I also got some steak fries for $2.79 for hamburger night. So my husband's favorite meal is homemade hamburgers and French fries. So this is my little Aldi haul. And here are the plants I picked up from Aldi. So my husband thought I should have a hanging basket. He usually gets me one every year. So this petunia was under $9. I think it was $8.90 something. The rose is the Chicago Peace is what the name of it is. It is a hybrid tea rose, which I don't have a tea rose, so it's going to smell wonderful. It's beautiful. You're going to be able to smell it from a half a block away. There's some new growth on there, so I'm going to get that watered and then planted. And then we went over to Walmart for $1.78 each. I got 8 geraniums. They just had the white geraniums out. For once, I saw them having all of their plants, what they had got in, kept in a warm place, so they were in really good condition. So if you have a Walmart and that's where you buy your plants, you might want to hustle over there before they set them outside and start watering them and they start getting too cold at night. I think I learned that most of these types of plants, it needs to be at least 40 degrees overnight and 65 degrees during the day in order for them to thrive. So I put my wisteria out when it's 55 degrees and my rosemary out when it's 55 degrees, but everything comes in and it goes into my bathroom overnight, because our overnight temperatures, all winter and at least for the last 2 weeks have been back down to 26 degrees. So that's way too cold for anything. And then I cover up the roses that have foliage. So that is the plant haul, one from Aldi, just under $18, probably $18 with the tax. And this one, just a little over $16 with tax from Walmart.